What is going on, Alpha Hunters? Hope you guys are doing well today, guys and ladies. And yeah, I just hope you guys are doing fantastic. I mean, we are seeing no activity in the stock market today, baby. Yeah, freaking right. Thank you, Meta, for being a sweet, sweet darling, and Mark Zuckerberg being a moron. Not really a moron. It's kind of a tough spot to be in with the market, right? When you're trying to be a front runner into the next big thing, um, it's tough to just get there. Sometimes you're just ahead of yourself, and you gotta we've heard that story before, right? Where so and so was ahead of its time or whatever. So live stream. There we go. Alrighty. Let's take a look at the market, see what's moving today. We might take a look at some other things. I was just chatting with my boy Diet Cola, and maybe we'll take a look at some of the stuff we were talking about if we get really bored, because it was actually really good stuff that we were talking about. So we might take a look at some of that. But market just been choppy. Been choppy today. We're kind of expecting that bullishness to continue early this week. We got that, and then yesterday after the first hour, really it's been kind of choppy, nice little pullback, and we'll see if we keep coming down. I would expect bullishness going into the close tomorrow. I'm not going to bet on it because I already do have bets on other stocks being bullish into the close tomorrow. We'll see if they hang in there. Netflix is one of them. It's just kind of holding steady for now. Baba, obviously yesterday's strong rip, holding pretty good. So, but Baba definitely did gap down pretty good this morning. But it was expected. It kind of got close to that 10 exponential moving average. The one to watch tomorrow I think is gonna be Intel. I think Intel could have a day tomorrow. We could see some really strong bullish action. So we definitely got what I was looking for on Intel. I'm just kind of surprised it's selling down as much of it as it has. But I like it because that means that there's more people that need to buy if this thing pops tomorrow. Okay. So I definitely dig this. Apple is another one selling down really hard today. It is big tech that is getting absolutely crushed today. The Qs are down 1.6%. SPY is down 0.3%. The IWM, which is, holding rock steady, it's up over 1% today. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing some really good moves and divergences and shifting areas of the market. Some things are going up, some things are going down, and they're pretty dramatic moves as well. It's not like some things are up 0.5%, some things are down 0.5%. No, we're seeing things deviating like multiple percents up or down. And a lot of that is just driven by, those big dogs in tech. Microsoft, a couple days after its earnings, it's down 2% today. Google, a couple days after its earnings, Google's making new yearly lows today. Dang. Down 3%. We need to really take a look at Google. Yeah, Google's going to come down to the 76 area. Possibly lower, maybe down to this low right here, 65 area. But yeah, down here, 75 to 65 would be a good spot to start picking up Google. This is pretty rough. Pretty rough breakdown there for Google. But yeah, we'll see kind of what happens here over the next couple of weeks. Any kind of bullishness on Google here over the next couple of weeks, I would just look to be bearish on it. just look to be bearish on it. Meta, the stock of the day, right? Mentioned this yesterday in the Discord after hours. Meta just, this says it all right here. They beat on top line by 1%. They beat on revenue by 1%. They missed on bottom line by 13.5%. That is huge. That is huge. And if we actually, let's take a little bit closer look at the numbers. If you obviously, you can see right here the line profit margin coming down every quarter, the past 5 quarters. But the thing is their revenues are coming down. So we all know that they're trying to do their best to shift to this metaverse. You know, they have rebranded the entire company to Metaverse or Meta Platforms from Facebook. And this is a huge problem when, you know, it's okay if you're growing a business and you have increasing expenses, but the fact that they have increasing expenses that are huge, but they're losing revenue. So it's absolutely crushing the profit margins. Yeah, investors hate that. They don't want to see that. And all reports say that Mark Zuckerberg is sticking to his guns with the metaverse. So yeah, I mean, investors are going to give up. Investors are going to give up, and that's just going to be the deal. This is going to be the deal, right? And you know, we'll see how long Meta Platforms last as a stock, because it's not looking too good as far as the transition, I guess, from, you know, their legacy business of Facebook and not Snapchat, Instagram and WhatsApp, you know, and trying to shift people over to using, you know, the metaverse. So, you know, we're not going to go into all those details, but yeah, it's, you know, they're having some real issues. It's costing a lot and nobody's using it. So, you know, this whole metaverse thing, you know, new technologies take a long time to develop and stuff. And it's just one of those things. He's probably just way ahead of his time. He probably could have set up a small team and just said, hey, work on this as you can and develop it and not try to rush it. But he's trying to rush it and get everybody onto the metaverse, which, like, for what purpose? There's nothing revolutionary out there from the metaverse that we've ever seen. So that's a huge move today. 24% down. Nuts. All right. Meta crushing the market today. Who else had earnings? Did anybody? So obviously we see Meta down, Amazon. And that's the other thing is you see the impact on the other big tech, right? Microsoft, Google, they might have some lingering hangovers from their earnings. Meta's obviously not helping. And then Amazon, who reports today after the bell, Intel and Apple. Like, people, like, look at these. The next 3, the big ones that are up, Intel, Apple, and Amazon are red. They're strongly red. So people are basically running for cover before they even announce. And so just kind of interesting to see that already today. But yeah, seeing some problems out there in the stock market, that's for sure. Producer manufacturing looking pretty good. Honeywell, Deere, and Cat. Let's go check out some of those. Deere. Was it Cat? One of these guys had to have had earnings. There it is. Cat had earnings. Looks like it was pretty good. Yeah, beat on bottom and top, top and bottom line pretty well, actually. They beat on bottom line almost 25%. So Cat's looking pretty good. What about Honeywell? Honeywell also had earnings, and they beat. Looks pretty good. They missed on top line marginally, but they beat bottom line by about 4%, a little bit more. So interesting that we're seeing that. So okay. Well, just wanted to look around the market, kind of see what's moving, what's shaking. We can also take a look here at some news stuff, and then we'll take a look and see kind of what dollar rates, high yields are doing. Mortgage rates drop 7%. Oh, drop. Ha. Mortgage rates top 7% for the first time since April of 2002. But we're going in the other direction, so that's rough. McDonald's earnings beat. So MCD had earnings. Check out MCD. Oh, nice. McDonald's up 3%. Very nice. Meta stock is in free fall after earnings nightmare. Yeah, I mean, what do you expect? You're getting absolutely Meta's getting taken to the house by TikTok and a lot of the youth out there not wanting to be on Facebook at all, and they're not transitioning and competing very well with their competitors. So we'll have to see down the line if Mark Zuckerberg's big bet is going to pay off or not. But right now, it's going to be a lot of pain going forward for people. Facebook is for old people, so like you and me, old people, or is it just you? How you doing, Frank? U.S. GDP growth rebounds in Q3, but demand is slowing. I'm kind of curious about the numbers. What have they been so far this year? Really hate that. After contracting at a 0.6% pace in the second quarter, economists polled by Reuters had forecast GDP growth would rebound at a 2.4% rate, with estimates ranging from as low as point. Okay. Yeah, I saw somebody mentioned that the GDP is definitely expected to be a little bit higher, but it's gonna be like a fool's gold kind of thing. That it won't be like that going forward, and just because it's gonna be positive this quarter or for Q3, that it's definitely gonna look way worse going forward. So it's just kind of interesting. Just kind of curious on see what it's been before. I wonder what it was in Q1. I get to look it up, but I don't care that much. Just don't. Let's take a look at some of the financials. It looked like they're mostly level even. They've been performing pretty well. Goldman Sachs. Oh, give me a sec. Yum Brands. Okay, so they're getting a little bit of a bounce off the McDonald's earnings. Okay. All right. Goldman Sachs. Hey, how you doing, sub? Goldman Sachs looking pretty good. Morgan Stanley. A lot of financials look like they gapped up, just trading lower so far. Bank of America. Was it Wells Fargo? JP Morgan. Yeah, a lot of these financials might be on a pretty good retest path now, especially with JP Morgan hitting into that 200 on a daily, moving average on a daily. That's going to be kind of tough to overtake for JP Morgan. And they've been on a pretty good run here over the past 2 weeks. I'd expect a few days of bearishness kind of come in for the financials. I have to look at the tech, man. Tech sector's just been getting obliterated. All these companies, reporting earnings has just not been good. So let's take a look. I'm kind of curious. Yeah. I'm in the same boat with you. So Intel is not looking the best today. I think a lot of that has to do with how bad tech earnings have been, and I think a lot of people are trying to front run the exit before, because we look at Intel here down over 3% now. That's crazy. Apple is down 3.5%. Amazon down almost 5% down on Amazon. So yeah, I mean, we're seeing big tech, which is what we've been kind of talking about for the past several months. Big tech's going to lead us lower. The opportunities out there for some of these smaller names, right? Some of these smaller cap stocks that have already been beaten up a lot, like AI. Like, look, okay, AI, for instance, past few days, big tech's been getting hammered. AI is doing pretty good. It's up 0.5%. A lot of these names that have been pounded for much of last year, back in 2021, through the beginning part of this year, these are the names that are going to be bottoming, that are going to probably start to lead into the future. These are the opportunities. These are the opportunities. They already decided that the earnings are going to be bad. Yeah, yeah. But here's the thing with Intel. So the thing with Intel, earnings have been bad. They've been having bad earnings. You can see like last quarter they missed. So they've been having some bad earnings, and I think if they start to have a positive narrative down where the price level that it's at, this long term price level, yeah, I think you'll see a huge influx of buyers if they just hint, if they just cough positive anything. I mean, they can be like sick and just cough positive. I think this thing will pop very strongly. But we'll see. We'll find out here in about 3 or 4 hours if that happens. But Apple, man, I'm really kind of glad we got into that bearish position when we did 2 days ago, because that is looking pretty good. I don't really know how their earnings are going to be. Honestly, it's working really well right now. And it might just come back up and retest into the 150 again. It might just reject off the 150 to kind of retest higher. I don't really know if it gaps up over the high of 2 days ago. Let's see how far of a gap that would be from here. I mean, that's going to be a 5.5% gap if it tried to do that. That's a pretty sizable gap. Usually big companies like that don't gap that far. I'm trying to look at their last one. Their last one, they gapped up roughly 2.5%. The one before that, they gapped up roughly 1.5%. So I don't think they're gapping up over the high from Tuesday. Yeah, the high from Tuesday. And I'd be surprised if they actually gapped up over today's candle. If it was positive. If it's positive. I don't know if it's going to be. But after today's earnings, as we go into tomorrow, I'd expect buying. And the big reason why is earnings are going to be over for the week. Earnings are going to be over for the week. People are then going to start to look towards the Fed meeting coming next week, Tuesday, Wednesday. Obviously, we'll get the big decision on Wednesday and press conference. I think a lot of people are going to start to say, hey, you know what? The Fed's going to do it. They're finally going to pivot, and they're going to start to reduce Fed funds rate increases and stuff like that. And, the Fed has made no narrative changes that I'm aware of. Even all the press conferences that are coming out about a lot of the, Fed employees, or not Fed employees, but like different directors, different Fed banking heads, and they're all still saying the same thing. So yeah, I mean, I think we'll probably go on a little bit of a run as we go into next week. Kind of just left over from tomorrow. 3M. Wonder what 3M's up to. As always, let me know if you have any questions. We can definitely take a look at it, but big tech is the story of the day. They're getting obliterated. I'm really kind of hoping Baba and Netflix just hold on till tomorrow. I'll take a look at Baba actually here in a second, because we got those verticals. So if they're up over 90% of a reward, and I'm gonna probably cut these. Actually, let me take a look at that real quick. I might just do that. I was kind of waiting to get on the mic, check that out. Baba 64.65 for November 4th. November 4th. Is that next Friday? Is that when that is? Yeah, that is next Friday. Ooh, we got earnings next. Is that Friday? It's got to be Friday morning. If it's on Friday, it's Friday morning. Okay. So it looks like, see the little squiggly lines here. That kind of means that they should be that day, but they're not positive. Let me check the broker. The broker doesn't even know. Earnings. The broker has earnings possibly on November 17th. So I don't know which one's right. Usually the broker is going to be more right than TradingView from my history of looking at both of them. So I don't think so. So then earnings probably won't be a factor. Would I want to basically what you're asking is would I want to roll my position to next week, next Friday? And to be pretty honest, I think I would. I think I'd be okay with that. What I'd rather see is a drop probably down into like 61.50 area and maybe get in as it started to come back up and wait for it to start to come back up and then kind of get into a vertical position as it started to come because it makes sense that it's going to retest and it might do it early next week and then start to bounce. But it's a pretty good one. I would wait, honestly. I would just wait. Frank, to give him my best answer, I would just wait. I wouldn't do it for next week. I did it for this Friday, and that's you know. Oh, you're already in at that. Curious if you think it would hold. I would be pretty honest, man. I would. Man, that's a good question. It is a good question. It, honestly, I think if you got gains, I would lock it up. Because what I don't like about it, and this is why, what I don't like about it and what I said when we first got into this position was this 10 exponential moving average as it moved kind of up and filled this gap down also, the lower wick from last Friday. I didn't want it to kind of get there so quickly. I wanted it to kind of slowly grind up there because once it filled that gap, then I could see it putting pressure back to the bear side. And that's what we're kind of already seeing, right? That's why we kind of gapped down a little bit today. So the 10 exponential moving average might actually continue just to put pressure on it back to the bear side. So yeah, I mean, I would take it off. I would take the win if you got it. I mean, I'm and just so you know, everybody, I'm probably about to close my position just because. Yeah, I'd really just take my win. I'd rather just take my win. I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna close out mine. I think I'm gonna get out for maybe 84 cents. Yeah, I closed mine out for 84 cents. So I got a little bit over 100% reward on BABA off of the trade for 2 days. I think I got in at 39 cents. Yeah, 39 cents per share or $39 per contract. And then I just got out for $84 per contract. So yeah, a pretty good win rate there. But yeah, it's gonna be really tough now. I don't know. Yeah, because it can kind of go either way. I would like it if it came back down and possibly get back into it because I do think it's kind of a little bit overdone. And then probably play it back to the Bulls direction later on. But right now, I would just be hands off. I dig it though. It was a win. It was a nice win. It was a trade that worked out. Could have closed it out yesterday for probably even a little bit more, but it's fine. Not gonna nitpick the little things. Win's a win. If you made money, great. Good job for you. Netflix is one that I'm kind of curious about. This expires tomorrow. Looks like a nice little support base here, kind of forming up. Maybe it pushes higher. Let me go a little longer term, 15-minute. I think it's going to be okay, actually. So we got the hourly. I don't want to see it break this 20 exponential moving average on an hourly, though. That would be bad. This might be another one I close. I might close this too. Let me see how much I'm up on this. All right. Wait, what? I forgot what I got into this for. I'm not up as much as I want to be. You know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and close out Netflix as well. It'll probably continue or at least hold above 290, but you know what? I'm up. I don't want Apple and Intel and Amazon to come out and say something stupid and drops, and I lost out on something I very easily could have put in a closing order and taken home. What the heck? All right, why? All right, hold up. That for whatever reason, just prices just moved on it. I might not close it out. I don't know why those prices moved as much as they just did, but they just moved quite a bit. All right. All right. So I did get out of Netflix. All right. I was like, man, why this? For whatever reason, there was something weird with one of the options I was in. It was just really widespread. So I did close out Netflix at 224. Actually, I tried to put in an order at $2, but I actually wound up getting out of it for 224. Sorry, I know a lot of that was off the screen, but yeah, Netflix went ahead and closed it. Very nice pop. This is probably why. That probably is why one of these options that I had, since I had a vertical, they were going all wonky, the pricing, and that probably is why started jumping, and so the options probably just started getting really wide on the bid ask spread. So I was like, why is the pricing so weird right now? All right. Anyways, took a win on both of those. Cool. Put them in the trading journal later. But as far as Netflix and Baba, awesome. I think I'm done with Netflix though. Two trades in back-to-back weeks, wins on Netflix. Great. It's great. You know, a similar situation with how Netflix is kind of getting down to the major support level. And once it popped up over, it kind of just ran a little here, a little bit. Might see that happen on Intel. So we'll have to see what happens with Intel tomorrow. I'd really like to see Intel probably run into the close today and maybe cut its day in half. You know, maybe get back to the 260.80 to 2680 to 2690 type area. If it could really do that, I think it would be set up. I think it'd be set up really well for tomorrow. If it could just pop bullish tomorrow, that'd be set up really nice. Yeah, I mean, just looking at the heat map, the four big ones: Amazon, Microsoft, Google, Apple, and you're surprised, really, that the SPY is not down more than it is, because all of those companies are down multiple percent. Microsoft is doing the best out of those four on the day, and it's only down 2%. So that just kind of lets you know everything else in the market is really working really well, really well. So yeah, seeing really good bullishness out of McDonald's. They obviously, people are getting cheap, obviously, so Microsoft's going to do really well. Comcast, CMCSA, they have the longest ticker. I'm gonna check this out real quick. CMCSA, they have earnings. They did have earnings. They beat on bottom, top line, looking pretty good. Kind of got to its 50 exponential on a daily. Wow, look at that. First 30 minutes, that was crazy. 45 minutes. First 45 minutes, that was crazy on Comcast. Yeah, I'd be a little bit more bullish on Comcast though. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. All right. Okay. What is this? Down VRTX. I'm gonna look at VRTX real quick. VRTX. Whoa. Do they have earnings this morning or do they have earnings today? They have earnings today after the bell, and they are down 7%. Vertex Pharmaceuticals. Ooh, pharmaceutical companies, man. Talk about a Halloween. They are a trick or they are a treat. There is no in between with those guys. Healthcare, MOH. I don't know what LH is. Kind of curious about Tesla. We'll check out Tesla on Twitter here in a sec. Yeah. Tesla probably going to continue to make a run higher. 250 to 265 area. Expected to kind of keep going up in that direction. Twitter. Look how just Twitter's is behaving lately. Ooh, we want some gold, huh? All right. Let's take a look at gold. I tell you what, that's a good time. It's go check out dollar, check out rates, check out gold. See what is moving. Dollar bouncing today. Okay, dollar bouncing today obviously is not helping the stock market at all. Rates are down a little bit. Nice little high wave action. Made sense as it kind of got into these little consolidated support levels. So it makes some sense. Wonder what the 2-year. Sorry, US 2-year. 2 years moving down. Okay. All right. Maybe we've seen max rates. Gold. All right, Miss Garden. I like it. I like the pullback here on rates or on gold. Gold's just definitely been underperforming, especially with the dollar here over the past few trading sessions. The dollar got hit pretty good, and we just don't see corresponding bullish activity from the dollar or from gold. So this is just really weird. Just really weird how it's just not popping as hard as I think it should be, or it feels like it should be. But it's nice little consolidation. It could definitely pop up out of this, and if it does, it's going to pop pretty hard. Probably definitely at least make a run up to the 157 area. I do like a little bit of the consolidation. As long as the dollar could keep rolling back down, gold will probably keep going back up. The HYG, ooh, look at that. The height, oh my gosh. We are finally seeing the HYG lead the stock market. My gosh, it's been a few trading sessions before since we've seen that. So yeah, the HYG looking pretty good. Nice little bullish action today. Definitely expect the SPY to continue to go bullish over the next few days. Just probably got to get past the tech earnings. That's really what it is. We got to get past the tech earnings. But I like this. I like that. I didn't really think it would get above this level. Actually, that's a really strong bullish move today. Yeah, that's looking really good. VIX rolling down a little bit more today. So yeah, I mean, we're still seeing some things retest. The stock market's just getting hit from all the tech earnings that have been announced, and it's just been bad. Like, they haven't been good. Meta's not helping the situation at all. At all. All right. Miss Garden, by the way, I got a question for you. Did you see that I posted the link to the live stream in the YouTube channel in the Discord? Right here. Hope you saw that. Hope you'd asked to post it. I did. I'm trying to get that automatically to come over to the Discord. That way it's there. So that channel now on the YouTube should actually house all of the new videos that come out and all that kind of stuff. So, all right, let's just take a look and see kind of what's going on. Maybe a little longer term. Well, we got Amazon. All right. You guys let me know what y'all want to do. Do y'all want to look at possible earnings plays coming up? I really kind of dig and that's the thing, is I'm already in on Intel, so I don't want to go in again, but I won't mind it. I wouldn't mind it. Okay, that's why you're here. I got you. Okay, well, go get those sweet, sweet dreams. Oh, no, not a problem. Not a problem. All right, we got dollar. I'm trying to get a grasp on some situations here. So we're seeing everything but tech work today because DIA is up. Okay. Safe travels. DIA's up, IWM. So large cap and small cap stocks are working well today. It's just tech. Yeah, it's just tech. Okay, so it's just the big four. big four, big five, whatever how you want to break that down. Adios. What about we looked at Netflix. What was I thinking of? I want to run through semiconductors real quick, diet, and we'll take a look at consumer staples. Nvidia gapped up. That's interesting. That was kind of what I was hoping for. Intel. I mean, Intel gapped up, but not nearly that strong. Nvidia's up 3%. That's how strong of a gap up they had. Like, why would they gap up that strong? I don't know. I don't get it. AMD also gapped up pretty hard, but they're actually down 0.7%. Yeah, I mean, we're just seeing. That's interesting. So why? I mean, Intel. It's just Intel. I mean, people just want to sell Intel because it's Intel. Got it. I got it. All right. Consumer staples, XLP. All right. So let's check a look at some consumer staples. As far as the ETF, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Let's take a look. PG, Coke, Procter Gamble. Procter Gamble looks a little like it just retested into the previous yearly lows right here. Kind of did that last week as well on its earnings gap up. So I wouldn't expect much out of Procter & Gamble because even if it does pop higher, still got this resistance here. It's going to be choppy. Procter & Gamble is going to be choppy. Pepsi looking good. Oh, Pepsi's going to continue to go higher. That's the thing, man. You got to like Pepsi and Coke here. People are going to continue to eat and drink, especially cheap stuff. Coke and Pepsi is going to be the winners. Coke, Pepsi, McDonald's. Shoot, I go to McDonald's almost every day now. Inflation's kicking my butt. Kidding on the everyday. Coke. Yeah, I mean, I dig Coke. I'm wondering why Coke. I mean, Coke just got hammered during that sell down. They just didn't perform well in the summer. Coke just didn't perform well in the summer, and then that bearish activity that we had from mid August to mid October was not good for Coke. But yeah, I mean, I think I like Coke a little bit more here. It's a little bit more at a cheaper price level, in my opinion. Especially if you can't afford $180 a share. You want to get a little bit more bang for your buck. I think Coke be okay. Coke is a safe play. Yeah, Coke's looking pretty good. Let me know if there's a specific consumer staple stock you want to check out. Nike, Philip Morris. We can check out GIST after that. Philip Morris. I actually couldn't invest into Philip Morris, a tobacco company, but I forgot they were a tobacco company. I just remember the name. I couldn't do it. I think tobacco's evil. Oh, tobacco. Surprised I don't own a farm with tobacco. Philip Morris, though, the thing I really hate about Philip Morris right here, just technically speaking, is we had the breakdown a few weeks back. It just came into the 10 exponential on a weekly. It just came into the lower levels that it had over the past couple, really over the past year and a half. And it's also right at that COVID high spot. So the fact that it broke those levels down on lower highs, not looking good. I'd be kind of bearish here on Philip Morris. That's not looking too good. It might go a little bit higher, but I don't think it's going to go much. Not going to go much. GIS, General Mills. Oh, yeah, there's another one. Going to continue to go to all-time highs. Yeah, consumer staples looking pretty good. A lot of them looking really good. I like General Mills. That's looking really good, really healthy. I mean, if it moved a little bit more, I actually wouldn't mind doing a vertical option on GIS, but nah, I'm not going to do that. Starbucks, SBUX. Let's take a look at Starbucks. Disney. Is that coming? Okay. Starbucks, SBUX. sideways. It is so tough, man. I got no opinion on that. 'Cause to me, it can go either way. SBUX could go either way, in my opinion. It's got earnings next week. It looks like on Fed Day. Take a look. No, it's the day after Fed. So I don't even know if their earnings are going to matter. Because Fed might just completely overrule whatever their earnings does. Okay, so SBUX. What was the other one? I forget. Disney. What is Disney doing? I like it. Honestly, I like it for a long-term buy. I like the zone. I dig it. I dig be buying down here. They own so much content. They're a massive conglomerate. They're a content conglomerate in my opinion. I don't even know if those exist or if I'm ripping that off from somebody, but to me that's what they are. They own so much content. It's crazy. DIS. Crazy. Boeing had earnings yesterday. I totally missed this one. Whoa. They missed earnings real bad. Negative 5,000% bad. That's crazy. Never seen that. That's a new low for someone. Jeez. Reported estimate. My gosh. Statements? I'm just curious now. I'm wondering why the heck they missed that bad. No. Might be right here. Cost of goods sold. They had huge cost of goods sold. That's what it kind of boiled down to. Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to lock in. Yeah, I think that's where it is. That's where it's mostly at. It's right here. Other cost of goods sold. You'd have to really dig into this number, figure out what the heck happened with this cost of goods sold. Because basically, what these numbers are saying on the financial statements is they paid more for their materials than what they were able to sell them for. That's a bad business model, right? That's a horrible business practice. So, yeah, I don't know if they had some like leftover inventory that they had to sell at a discount just to get them off the books. Yeah, I have no idea, no freaking clue, but something there in the cost of goods sold. If you really want to dig into BA, that's what you're looking for. You're wanting to figure out what the deal is with that cost of goods sold number. Why was that so high? Because their revenues went down, cost of goods sold still went higher. So, yeah, something weird happened there. That describes how I trade. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Makes no sense. That's how I trade. It makes no sense. Sometimes I wonder how trading actually is profitable because it's like, man, I do all the analysis in the world. Or I used to do all the analysis in the world, and it's like, this will be profitable, and it's not. And then it's like, I just throw a winger out there, and it's like, it's profitable. I'm like, I don't freaking get this, man. It's just crazy. Just crazy sometimes, man. Trading. That's why you just gotta forget it and move on to the next one, right? Apple, man, Apple's just still getting hammered. Intel, at least we're seeing some bouncing here on Intel over the past 20 minutes, but Apple just, Jesus, that is rough. Rough. I can't believe if that was just YOLO it all. Exactly, man. That's the new age, right? That's the way you do it from all the TikToks. YOLO, baby. You YOLO with no underwear on. And you put that as your caption. I YOLO'd with no underwear on. Man. Exclamation point. Shock face. All right. Yeah, Apple, man. Dude, this is tough. Buy the dip on all the crypto. Oh, you know what? Let's go check out crypto. I'm glad you mentioned that. Because it had been, okay. Over the past couple days, it bounced a little bit. Watch out on this bounce, man. Fake bounce. This is fake news bounce right here. Watch out. Watch out. This thing come back down, crush this bounce. See these volume spikes getting above previous little high back here. Yeah, watch out on this one. Ooh. Yeah, because last time we looked at it a couple days back, it was just kind of floating. It looked like it was just on the verge of a breakdown. Looks like it had a nice, we've got a nice little pop here, but I think this could be a fake news bounce. Watch out for it to probably roll back over and just kind of get crushed. And Fed might do that next week. I think Fed, there's a lot of things that are going to be moving next week on Wednesday. A lot of things. Kind of curious. First Solar, how are you doing? I wish you'd be dead already. Watt, doing pretty good today. Finally, APRN. I don't know what's going on with APRN. Doesn't matter. GSAT, STEM. Yeah. So, like, this is another one. Like, we were just talking about earlier, like STEM, a lot of these kind of companies. This is one kind of like AI. You know, companies like this that over the past previous year and a half, they got crushed. Like, is STEM really going to come all the way back down and make out a new low here? Probably not. It's probably not. It's probably done with its bearishness, right? It saw it last year, early this year. This is the stuff you're going to want to start to look to see if you can find out there in the marketplace. Stuff like that, stuff like AI makes it, you know, man, what else? I'd have to look at Discord, all the different things. Jesus, I'm gonna look at Discord. Long-term ideas. All right. So AI, under AI, you have STEM, AI, we just looked at. Semiconductors, we know how bad semiconductors have been hit. Everybody's watching that. Battery technology. Let's look at battery technology. You got QS, battery materials, LAC. Let's look at QS and LAC. QS, QuantumScape, not looking too good. I like it down at these levels. Just like kind of where it's at. LAC, lithium. It's a lithium. So I do like lithium. More and more stuff is going to that battery way. Lithium holding up really well. I see. I think we in the U.S. We in the U.S. Just opened or approved a lithium mine, the first one in like 30 or 40 years. I saw that here recently. I should have posted that article in Discord. I didn't. Space SP hold on, MAXR. Okay, SPCE. Wow, Virgin Galactic still just getting hammered. What else is out there? HEI. Oh my gosh. I was starting to fall in love with this thing earlier in the year. Oh my gosh, dude, look at that thing. So last looked at this sucker back over several weeks back. It was back over. I remember it was making these all-time highs, but I wanted a little bit of a pullback. I totally lost track of this thing. Oh, look at that. Yeah. I dig this company. I really do. I'm gonna go MVST. Okay, gotcha. I didn't realize HEI ticker symbol, right? HEI. I'm looking at a 6-month chart here. Heiko Corporation. They do a lot of aerospace and defense. It seems like they're getting more and more into aerospace. And just from what I briefly looked at it from their company website, my gosh, dude, going back to the 60s, this thing's been around just pounding it out for the past like 60 years. Just slow, steady, climbing, bullish at all-time highs. It's crazy. It is crazy, man. Man. Yeah. I'm blown away by the consistency of this stock. They have a really, really good politician connection. Oh, what do you call those people? The people that bribe politicians? I forget it. I forget what they're called. The legal version of it in the States. I forget. All right, MVST. Lobbyists, there we go. Lobbyists, yes. Oh man, lobbyists. Legalized bribery, lobbying. Yeah. They must have a really good one for how consistent that company has been over 60 years. That is crazy. Ooh. Microvast Holdings. I don't know anything about it. Don't know anything about this. But I like that one. That popped last week. That is super solid. Microvast. Was it on that list? Yes, it was. I was say, 'cause I remember seeing a stock that was like this. I remember that super flatness. What area were they in? Battery technology. I dig battery technology. I wonder if they I'm gonna look at news. I'm gonna see if they announced something last week. Was that intraday that they popped? Yeah, that was actually in the second hour on that day when they had that huge pop. Let's take a look. October 17th, October 14th. So that wasn't that day. Okay, so they don't have any news about that day, or at least nothing that's coming through here. Let me go check Finance Yahoo. Finance Yahoo has a lot more robust data pool for news. Oh, there's nothing. We are sorry. We can't find anything. Hold on. Did I type in the wrong one? Hey, Hot Girls 20s here. Microvast, there we go. The hell out of here, bro. You're a dude. All right. I'm gonna remove all this so that keep him out of here. Oh my gosh. Dude, bots are the worst freaking thing, dude. Okay, Microvast schedules third quarter earnings call. Yep. 8 days ago, Biden administration battery bets boost startup stocks. This is what it was. I won't be able to read that. I don't have a subscription to Wall Street Journal. Okay. Let me see if there was. Dang. Microvast Energy Division launches new energy storage system (ESS) with an industry-leading 4.3 megawatt energy density per container. I'm assuming that's pretty large, since they put it in the headline, the title. I'm not an engineer, especially in the space, but whenever you start to lead the industry and stuff, people got to pay attention. The main thing is when you start to lead by cost. When you can lead by production and cost, that's when you start to really make money. So I wonder if they have like maybe in this article, maybe some comparables to maybe competitors and stuff like that. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it. All right, whatever. It's not a big deal. But yeah, you got to really, really respect that bounce, that pop from last week. And I like this consolidation that we're having. Actually, you know what? You're talking me into. I'm going to look for an option play. I like it. I like this consolidation. I like the bounce that we had last week. Consolidation that we've had over the past like 4 or 5 trading sessions. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. MVST. I'm going to add another one. This is going to be long term. Take a look at this. Set this up. MVST. Oh man, that is good stuff. Ooh, and they got options that go out to 2025. Oh man, singing my name. Say my name, say my name. YouTube's gonna ban me for singing a song because that's what they do. They're not fun. Dude, I dig this. Good find sub. Man, vertical calls on Apple. Take a look at Apple here in a second. Let's look at this. I just saw that you commented that before MVST. Dang, man, there's no liquidity here. Freaking none. Jesus. That's all the way out to 2025 though. Let's see if there's any for 2024. Yeah, that's a little bit over a year out. I'm trying to get an idea for how much to pay for some of these by looking at 2024s. I think I'm gonna try and put in $1 at for the $3 strike. I'll try to put in $1 here. I might just slowly march it higher until maybe it fills. I don't want to get filled at $5. I think that's a rip. I don't even pay for more than like $1.50 for this, because looking at 2024s, I mean, I get it. This is long term. Yeah, you probably would be able to compare it to Tesla's Powerwall, Frank. I would agree with you. They just didn't in an article, and I'm not enough of a nerd. You're more the nerd in that space. I am not. To do that kind of homework and research into comparing it to Tesla's Powerwall, but I dig prizes, man, 3 or 350. It's at 244. Dang. I'm gonna try 350 because if I can get this one for $1, I'm gonna really like it. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna try $1. The Jan 2025s, it's out a little bit over 2 years. I'm gonna try the 350 strike for $1. See if I can get that. And then we'll take a look at Apple. So let's talk vertical calls. This is a good time to buy vertical. Do not buy vertical calls that far out, or just plain calls. Forget the vertical. Yeah, don't buy verticals that far out. Verticals you want to do a little bit more close, near termish, in my opinion. Like you're just gonna lock up capital that far out. I mean, you'll probably wind up winning on the trade. But the other thing that you get when you do verticals that far out is since you're working with 2 option contracts, the bid-ask spread that far out. Yeah, and I'll show you here in just a second. Actually, give me a second. Let me enter this, and then we can take a look at that. Oh, come on, man. Give me a sec. Oh yeah. I can explain. I went with the not the January 2024s. I went with this January 2025. This is the only expiration in 2025. Okay, and really, there's no logical rhyme or reason. The liquidity out here for 2025s are so bad. I'm just trying to see if I can get a decent fill, maybe $1. I would be happy with $1. Ooh, they just updated pricing. All right, so I'm gonna re-hit this and see if I can get filled at $1.25. If I can get filled at $1.25, I'll be happy with it. All right. So the reason why I got filled at $1.25, of course I got filled at $1.25. So the reason why I'm going that far out is to give it as much time as possible, right? And if this thing over the next 2 years winds up taking off and getting to $20 a share, I would be able to own the shares at $3.50. So this is just a long-term kind of approach to MVST, okay? And the cool thing about buying long-term options with stocks that are really low priced and not low valued, I'm talking about low priced. So like under $10 or definitely under $5 is the options have no choice but to also be priced really low. So if they start to take off and be super bullish, you make quite a bit of money because you got in on options that were really low price. So could this thing move to $20? Well, let's look and see where it was priced before. Yeah, it can move to $20. because at the beginning of 2021, it was priced all the way up in the $22 area. So, it is just a straight call, sub. It's just a straight call. It's not a vertical call. You don't want to do verticals that far out. And Diet was basically kind of asking that same question. We'll go take a look at that. We're going to go take a look at that on the SPY, on the SPY options, like out 2 years, as to why you don't want to do verticals that far out. Okay, but a big reason why is if I was to set up a vertical, I could do it right here. I'll even try to set this up. Set up a vertical option. You see how the mid, I'm actually going to be losing money immediately. It's basically a losing trade. Okay. And the reason why that is the bid ask spread, right, between where you would buy it and where you would sell it is so wide, it's not beneficial. Like there's no benefit there. So it's very difficult to do vertical options that far out. But I like doing this kind of strategy on really low priced stocks that I think over the next 2 years could have a really big upside, as you have a really good risk reward set up in your favor, right? I'm risking $1. I'm risking $1.25, right? I'm $125. But if this thing ran to 22, back to its all-time highs, I mean, the risk reward is hugely in my favor. Hugely. Yep. Yep. You're going to see it for a penny. If you put in an order for $1.25, you probably get filled. If you put it in for $1.30, you should definitely get filled. I just got filled at $1.25. You'll probably get filled at $1.25. Yeah, that, and the reason why, sub, why you're seeing one penny is because there's no volume there. Right? There's no liquidity really at all. And depending on like what price you're really looking at, like this is the bid, right? So this is the one you sell at. This is the one you buy at. And typically you can be able to do some kind of trade in the middle of both of those. So that's why I was kind of splitting the difference, and why I was trying to go for $1 at first, but then the price is updated and I can see it was a little bit tighter, so I was able to see the window a little bit better, and that's why I hit it in at $1.25, because I was actually able to see what price they were actually willing to take it at. So you could actually definitely get it under $1.25, because this price just updated to $1.20. So yeah, I mean $1.20, $1.25. I would dig this. I would dig this. I'm not gonna bet the house on this company. I don't know really that much about them. Just looking at the risk reward, over 2 years, if we continue to push more and more into battery, the battery area, as society continues to expand in that area, they're probably going to benefit. They're probably going to benefit. So, sub, did you have all of your questions answered about that? This is a long term. Don't freaking look at it daily. Actually, I wouldn't look at it probably more than once a month, just to see what the stock's up to, what it's doing. Is it continuing? Is it moving in our direction? That kind of stuff. Like I wouldn't pay attention to MVST. I mean, it's like a one-off 2-year bet that it's going to be higher than 350 plus the cost that we got in. You got filled? What did you get filled at? What price did you get filled? You better not come back and say $5. If you say 1 penny, that'd be fantastic. I hope you didn't get filled at a penny. Immediately profit showing 75%. That's because the liquidity is that bad. $1.20. Yeah, the liquidity in those options are just that bad. There's a difference between what the broker's quoting you as your market value for those options and what you'd actually be able to get out at. You might not get filled at those at the price that markets that broker is quoting you. So, I mean, it's great that it's showing you're up, but you probably wouldn't be able to get out at that price. Just so you know. But the liquidity. So as we go 2 years into the future, you know, we get to like 2024, November of 2024, the liquidity in those options is going to be so much higher. It'll be so much higher. It won't be a problem, right? Because if we just go look, let's just go look at January of 2023 options. You know, look, I mean, we have so much more better liquidity. Like it's within, we got bid ask spreads within 10 cents. So it won't be a problem. Liquidity out that far is a little bit of an issue, but as it gets closer, it won't be a problem. And then if it is a problem, or if it winds up being a problem, what you can do is just exercise your call option, buy the shares, and then just sell them in the marketplace. So let me go to the SPY. Hey, Diane, I'm gonna kind of show you why you don't want to do vertical options out that far. So when you go look at January of 25 options, and we're gonna go to at the money, and we see that we have $5 strike prices here, and you can see that we have a bid ask spread about $5. So as we put on a vertical option, and this is the most liquid areas right here at the money, you put on a vertical option, you know, doing a $5 spread, right? You're going to be paying 250. Now that's not too bad. I don't think you'd be getting hit at 250. Yeah, man. I'm glad you got filled at 250, a 120 sub. That's great. That's great. Actually, I'm surprised that actually this is coming in at 250. Verticals definitely do cap your profit, but I mean, how often do they work out? If you go 2 years out and you put all your money in this 250, or this $5 vertical spread, I mean, I wouldn't. I typically wouldn't. I'm kind of surprised that came back. Let me try a different one. Yeah, I mean, I ran into issues kind of like how we were just looking at MVST, where it was negative and it was really difficult to kind of get into that trade. So, oh, this is what it is. So we have a $5 vertical spread, right? And our max reward is $5. So if we had to buy this vertical option, well, this is the mid, and most likely you're not going to get filled at 250. You're going to have to move it a little bit. So you can see how the illiquidity of those options farther out makes it worse, right? So I would have to pay like maybe 420 to get a max reward of $5, right? So that's why you don't want to look at options that far out for verticals, because yeah, the bid ask spreads are so bad that it doesn't make it worth it. I thought about it in the wrong way earlier. Sorry. You know, your max reward of this vertical option is $5, and if you'd be paying 420, then you know that's not really good, right? Because you don't have then much reward. I would be very shocked, because I've actually tried to do this before. I would be very shocked if you can get filled below 490. I would be shocked. But that's typically, yeah, I mean, you could try to do it, but most likely you won't be able to do it. But you don't want to do it. There's also just no reward there. There's just no reward there for that long. To lock up money for that long, not worth it. Not worth it. All right, let's take a look back through the market and see if things are moving and wrap it up. Yeah, that was a great find. I'm going to add that real quick. MVST. Oh, well, there we go. MVST. Boom, added. That is cool. Man. I forgot where I got filled at. I got filled at $1.25. I'm going to put this on here right quick. All right. Settings. It went from 350 to 475. That is my break even. I will leave it out there. Cool. Cool, lads. Not even worried about that sucker. That is so far out. And if this thing winds up making a run here over the next year, it gets like $10. I mean, you could definitely just liquidate it. Just close it out. Just take your winnings if you wanted to. I'll probably just let it go. Usually when I do things like this long, I just let it run. Just let it run. Whatever happens, happens. Ooh, SPY rolling down. Oh, look at that. Oh, man. Till Apple. That's a bummer. So yeah, I've seen a nice little drop there on the SPY past 3 minutes. That's cool. All right, dollar's still climbing. That's probably putting a lot of pressure on stocks right now. That's probably why they're dropping. So the dollar's climbing, rates kind of hanging in there. High yields doing pretty good on the day. VIX doing okay on the day. Yeah, I think we'll see probably some bullishness tomorrow. As tech earnings will mostly be wrapped up, they can finally stop talking because they just need to shut up. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today. I will talk with y'all tomorrow, and we'll see kind of what happens with Intel, Apple, and Amazon. What is happening with Amazon real quick? Amazon. It's doing okay. Alrighty, guys. Alpha Hunters, y'all take care and have a great rest of your day.